Well, hello, YouTube. It says I am live. With that, I'm going to try to do us a twofer, and that is going live on Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. The other day, I did live on YouTube and a live on TikTok, and they removed my account. Why would they remove my account for me just holding up a book of my life story and trying to help people? Well, it's because they don't want this story out to the world. I want this story out because lives matter to me. Americans matter to me, and the people around the world that have been screwed over matter to me. And I'm going to go live on TikTok. It says if you go live on Facebook, give some notice to people so they can get it out, but I've never done that. But it looks like I'm going live on Facebook also. Well, hello, good evening. I was just thinking of a story to tell because, truthfully, I get some wild fucking comments, people. Wild. And I'm sure you've heard some wild comments on the internet and you blow them up. Well, I don't blow them all because I know how they work and MK Ultra works. And we'll see if I get anybody on my Facebook Live or not. If you're happen to be on my YouTube, please share my video. Please share that I'm on Facebook Live. The more people we can get to join my channel, subscribe to my channel, that's what it's all about to me. That's what my life's all about, is getting the story out. And hello, Carrie. If you're the same Carrie that sent me the books, I did not get them out. I wanted to send you a new book, and I'm getting the new books either Monday. One order says Monday, one order says Tuesday. So it might be a little slow, but I wanted to get out. I had 50 copies of these last week, and I only have a couple copies that I want to keep for myself because they're the color edition, and Mary Maxwell signed them, and I signed them, and we just ordered some more. So Tuesday, and there was I think 2 people that ordered a necklace. I will get those out Tuesday with a new book for you. But thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you so much, Lions. I wanted to share because MK Ultra, when I was younger, if you mentioned MK Ultra, they would try to eliminate you. They did not want it out. Back then, when I was going through government experiments and getting wires stuck to my head and getting fed LSD and every other thing, wow, the memories and the torture. I even forgot where I was going with that. It'll come to me. But MK Ultra is a powerful, powerful tool. Oh, I was talking about when it was called Project Artichoke, and they would go to you if they heard you were talking about it, and they would go to you and they would say, hey, you will be unalived if you talk about it. Seriously. But it's starting to get out. Somebody just shared a video about MK Ultra. I even seen that it is on the Story Channel. The other day, they had a whole full-blown thing about MK Ultra and our CIA's mind control. And it is a weapon of war. It needs to become, they don't want you to know what they can do. They don't want you to know how they can extract information from individuals. And then when they wake up, they have no knowledge of even telling you what they told you. MK Ultra, you can get somebody to do something they would never normally do. It's more powerful than regular hypnosis. It's huge what MK Ultra is and the power our government has in using it. It's a spy tool. It's a war tool. It is a weapon to get others do your dirty deeds for you. And with that said, it is very powerful. It needs to be exposed. It's already out. It's not a security risk, except to the people that have used it on Americans in Hollywood and the billionaires to steal their money and take lives for their own profit and gain. It's a weapon of war, straight up, that has got out of hand within our government. Our government has been taken over by organized crime. These organized crime members have learned the secrets of MK Ultra, and they used it. They have used it. A good example is John Gotti. John Gotti was the Teflon Don from the East Coast. Well, what they do, this is just an example. I was in California when John Gotti would fly in on a private airplane to California. They work the opposite shores. They confuse you. They do things to confuse you. The bad guys within our, I had the balls up, straight up. I had to make my mind up to balls up and walk into an FBI office after the fact that my loved ones and my family were killed by government agents. You don't think that took a lot? That took a lot. Well, I don't know what I was doing because I was under MK Ultra half the time and programmed half the time to do things that I did. But one of the things I did was I went to the FBI. The FBI told me to go to the local police station. The local police station told me to go to a mental facility and they would help calm me down and that kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was all rigged under MK Ultra. The FBI was trying to have me catch the bad guys within the city sheriff's office, or whatever you want to call it. And the sheriff's office was trying to make me go to the mental facility so they could say I was freaking crazy. And then the cops would show up trying to accuse me of crimes that I never committed. It is a dangerous circle at the freaking top, people. I'm trying to share how these people stay in freaking power. A lot of it's not easy for me to talk about. It's not. But one thing, and here's where I was going when I first started my live, people. I get some crazy motherfucking comments. Crazy. But if you look at them and you say, could this person possibly been under MK Ultra? Could they possibly have programmed this person to act crazy so nobody believes them? Nobody. You hear somebody on the internet saying, hey, I'm Caroline Kennedy, for example. And you say, Caroline Kennedy, what are you freaking crazy? Exactly. Well, they're programmed. Maybe, maybe not. You got to decipher it. There's actually on Facebook, I'm on Facebook Live right now. There's a Caroline Kennedy. I think she got a hold of me like last year. I wish I had the funds. I wish I had the resources. I'm going to try to see what is going on there. But this Caroline Kennedy's on Facebook asking for help. She says, hey, I'm Caroline Kennedy. She's showing a picture of a jail that she's at or a mental facility that she's at. She's saying, I'm the real Caroline Kennedy. Look what the fuck they did to me. And that's what they do to silence people. Hello? Well, here's a great example of that. I'm going to put it right out there, what I had to go through. Part of this was in my book. Part of it wasn't. I had acquired weapons my whole life. Sometimes I carried 3 weapons on me at any time. I carried one under my pants in a Ziploc bag in case I ever got wet. I could come out of the water and still blow somebody apart. Straight up. But sometimes I had 3 weapons on me. Well, when your life's in danger and you have people coming at you, coming after you to take your life, you try to get a little prepared. I had a gas mask. I had the fucking bulletproof vest. I had the whole fucking 9 yards. But these people at the top, they're smarter than all that. They can get you even when you're the best prepared. It only takes once. So I had some weapons in my closet. If y'all ever read my book, you know Wayne was my handler. One of them anyway. Wayne had many people do his job. When you're in government, you got the whole fucking CIA, the whole FBI, Secret Service at your disposal. They are working for you, taking orders from you. That's what I'm trying to get. So anyway, I had some weapons in my closet. I step outside. Wayne's there with a buddy of his, and he said, by the way, you know that weapon you got in your closet? And I was like, okay, yeah. He said, well, last night when you were at work, I put that weapon in somebody's mouth and blew clean off. Clean off. So what did I do? I said, okay, this is a test. Either that or the cops are going to be here to get me and put me away for the big M. The big M, people. He just set me up. He told me he set me up. And with the power that he had within our government, if he wanted me put away for the rest of my life for that, I would have been. So what did I do? What would any of you do until you've been there? Until you walk back into your little trailer house that you're forced to live in, just a little 20-foot trailer house, and you open it up and you see your weapons, and you see one of them has been fired, and you haven't fired it lately. What would you do? Would you wait for the cops to come and put you on death row? Well, I decided to get rid of those weapons so they would not be found until they needed to be found. So what did I do? I was poor, people. These weapons were nice. And when I mean nice, I think I paid $600 for the hunting rifle that I had that I cut in pieces, cut in half. All I had to drive was a motorcycle. So I got me a duffel bag, and I got me the scopes, the ammunition, the weapons. I cut one in half. I put it in a duffel bag. And I drove to Lake Tahoe on my motorbike. Froze my fucking ass off, too. What did I do when I got to Lake Tahoe? Right in the frickin' drink. Right in the frickin' drink. And there was a couple on the way there. There was a couple of really deep lakes. I threw some more in those really deep lakes. I went to Lake Tahoe. I got a motel room. I didn't stay in that motel room because as soon as I got there, I knew I was being watched. I was being followed. And being under MK Ultra, I got to a little town there in California. And there was like a little girl outside of the grocery store when I was on my motorbike. And it was weird because somebody like signaled to me, like, we're going to make this little girl disappear. Watch us. And I was like, come on, this ain't really freaking happening. They were like, to me, I was getting the thing, like, if you go to the cops and you turn us in for blowing somebody's head off, this little girl is going to disappear. That's what I was getting from the signals. I've been taught to read signals my whole life. So anyway, I was like, oh, man. And when you've been up for 3 or 4 days riding around on a motorcycle, your adrenaline's so freaking, your head's rushing through your head. So anyway, I was like, what the frick am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm either going to go to prison for the big M for the rest of my life, or I can cover my ass. I can at least cover my ass. So that's what I did. I was thinking, this is just a game Wayne's playing. This is a test to test my loyalty to truth. That's what I thought it was. You know, I have said I'd been to the FBI many of times. So I got back to Fresno, California, people. And I walked into the FBI office and they didn't even want to talk to me. But I said, hey, by the way, I just had a firearm I cut in half, threw in the drink because somebody told me they blew somebody's mind. It's okay, John. Go away. The FBI told me that. Straight up. It's just go away. But now we're getting to the real part. They said, here's what you do. You go to the sheriff's office downtown and you tell them what you just told us. So I went downtown to the sheriff's office. And I was like, okay. I repeated the story over and over, what I just did. And I told them about people that were unalived. And there's this is going back to earlier where I said they sent me to the mental hospital. But I made sure I told those cops in Fresno, California, that the FBI told me to come here. And they were like, why would the FBI tell you to come here? It's like, fuck if I know. I'm just doing what they told me. Well, they sent me. And here's the thing. I'd been up, I think, 4 days now. If you have never had no sleep for 4 days and the adrenaline rush is going through your head and you think that you're going to get picked up by the cops for blowing somebody's mind, yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, they told me to go to the mental hospital. Well, if you remember in my book, I told you about a guy named Victor. His same name was Steve. He was a Secret Service agent, a double agent. Well, anyway, they love to play their game. So anyway, I said, okay, the FBI told me to come talk to you. Now you're telling me to go to the mental hospital and they'll give me a fucking Valium. So I went to the mental hospital and they seen me. Well, I knew it was a scam. I knew it was to try to get me to say I was mentally ill. Because when I walked in there, after being up for 4 days, the guy behind the freaking counter called me into the office. I went into the office. This motherfucker was sitting there. This is a doctor from the mental hospital in Fresno, California. I'm sitting there. I'm freaking. I've been up for days. I just cut a gun in half and everything else. I just 4-day ride up to Lake Tahoe, back, went to the FBI, went to the cops. Now I'm sitting saying, hey, you got to chill me out. I got to get some freaking sleep. I got to chill out. Well, guess what? When I walked in that doctor's office in the hospital, the mental ward, he was eating spaghetti. No shit, you fucking not. This motherfucker was sitting there eating spaghetti noodles. The only problem is they were all over his fucking shirt. So I'm tweaking as it is. And I walk in there and I sit down and I'm looking at this motherfucker and it looks like he's got blood all over his shirt because the motherfucker couldn't eat his spaghetti and make his mouth. He had to get it all over his shirt. And I'm thinking, this is one fucking hell of a setup. It really is. They wanted me to fucking break down right there and say, are you okay? Are you alive? Did you get shot? What the fuck? So anyway, he was like, yeah, we understand you need some freaking help. And I was like, no, they told me to come down here. I didn't need any help, but that's what they told me. So I figured I'd come down here and you could give me a fucking Valium so I could get some sleep. And they were like, so you don't want to commit suicide? It's like, fuck no, I don't want to commit suicide. You want to hurt? Fuck no, I don't want to hurt myself. I'm just trying to fucking stay alive. And anyway, that's the kind of things they will do. If you just got the story, I went to the FBI to basically turn somebody in for blowing somebody's freaking head off. What'd they do? They sent me to the fucking sheriff's office. What'd they do? They sent me to the fucking mental hospital. And what the mental hospital do? They covered themselves with spaghetti sauce. So I was like, what the fuck is going on again? So anyway, I left there. And I was like, I'm going with what the fucking FBI told me in the first place. Don't fucking sweat it, John. And I've never heard anything more about it. Ever. How many? So was it a real story? Was it a test to see if I would go to the FBI and be tested, even though I know my family and my loved ones were unalived by the FBI? I think everybody at the fucking top is the cabal. Straight up. Don't ask me if Bobby's okay. Don't ask me if Trump's okay. Don't ask me if Elon's okay. I believe everybody at the top is to fuck us. We, the people, everybody, all of them. Like I've stated over and over again, in 1975, I went with their program. They told me I could not get revenge. There was nothing I could do. I watched my mother shot down like a fucking dog. They told me I had to go stab my dead sister with a freaking golf club. I found out that my mother's sister was replaced also. And many things I found out of what they do. And is anybody helping me get my story out? No, they're hindering me. They're blocking me. Trump told me to get a fucking lawyer. I talked to Bobby. I believe it was Bobby because I tried several times to get a hold of him. Prove it, asshole. That's what he said to me. So when I called the FBI, I said, are you going to fucking talk to me now? Because if you're not, I'm coming out with this. This was before last year. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to do whatever I can to expose you. That's what I'm doing right fucking now, is exposing them. Stolen identity. Unveiling the real John Kennedy Jr. by the real John Kennedy Jr., me. This one just came out, people. This is hot off the press. The Historian's Tale, the amazing return of President Kennedy's son by me. That's my picture right there on the front cover. I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm on my knees saying, help me get this story out. Help me get justice for what I'm freaking sharing to you all. Please. It only takes one share. But when you ask me if this person is good, that person is good, they do it for the money. They do it for the power. Your vote does not matter. And hear me loud and clear, your vote doesn't freaking matter. Organized crime is in control. They put in advance who they want in power. They'll make somebody look stupid. They'll make somebody look good. You've all heard it, two wings, one same bird. That's what's been going on. We still have the homeless. We still have all the problems. We have all these freaking problems, and we still have a politician lying to you. We still do. No matter who it is, they're still lying to us. You know, you can have, I'm not going to hold you, I'm not going to hold nothing against you as you say Trump's going to save you. I know he's not. I'm not going to hold it against you if you say Bobby Kennedy is going to help us out with our health care or whatever the fuck they put him in office to do. I'm not going to hold you accountable. But I am the real John Fitzgerald Kennedy Junior. They killed my father. They killed my uncle. They killed my loved ones. They killed my family members. Why? You know, I get asked all the time, why are you still alive? Well, you better ask yourself, why is Donald Trump still alive? Why is Bobby still alive? Why are all these other people, some of them aren't around anymore, like Ted Kennedy, that brought many to their death? Straight up. Straight up, people. So please share my story. Get on board. And all you lions, thank you so very much for everything. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. You know, your love gifts and your blessings. And somebody wanted a book. They sent me a little extra money. They said, please take Robin out for Valentine's Day. Show her that you care. Well, I was so sick. Robin was sick. But I was like, come on, Robin, let's go have a drink last night. And we got there and I ordered a drink. And the sweat, I was broke out in a fever. The sweat was running down off my face. And I was like, Robin, this ain't going to work. I got to go home and go to bed. I was in fever for Valentine's Day. I said, Robin, we're not going to forget this one. Let's just go home. But anyway, I got home. I got some sleep. And I woke up. My fever was broken. I'm feeling a lot better today. Thank Daddy. Yeah, I tried that whiskey thing last night, and yeah, I had such a bad fever last night. The sweat was just rolling on me. I said, no, I can't have nothing. I just got to go home and go to bed. But anyway, I wanted to share that story because MK Ultra is a huge tool, and I wanted to share that story because MK Ultra, it's the enemy's. It's a tool of war. People don't understand it's a tool of war. So when you hear or see some comments that just really seem far-fetched, freaking way out there, just remember the way, think twice, um, because they can program people to sound crazy, just like the story I just told about somebody being unalive and me being taken to blind for it, and then ending up at the mental ward with somebody who's got pizza sauce all over the front of their shirt, looks like blood, after being up for 4 fucking days. Crazy what they'll do, and they have the power to do it all. They really, really do. Um, Today was cartoon day, people, but it's not cartoon night. It's Three Stooges monster movie night, Saturday night. I get MTV, MTV. I get Me TV, excuse me, and Me TV is a free airways via antenna on the roof channel from Las Vegas. And Saturday night they play the Three Stooges for like 2 hours, and then they have the monster movie, and they're usually really corny monster movies. But I tend to just turn it on, not watch it, but it just takes my mind off of the other things. Flintstones and Cartoon Day. I like Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner. I like the Roadrunner Coyote because they're from Arizona here, looks like anyway. And nothing like a good cartoon. Me and Robin, we were up early this morning. Robin never went to sleep last night. She stayed up, um, yeah, all night long. And bless her heart. But I got up earlier and Popeye was on it. I said, "You're olive oil, you sexy woman, Robin, you." And she said, "Well, look at you. You're Popeye." So me and Robin are now Popeye and olive oil. But Robin's in the back room. She heard me laughing. I said, "I love olive oil's legs. If you've ever seen olive oil in her legs." But anyway, thank you so much for joining. And remember, our enemies are freaking huge, people. They are, but they are our enemies. And don't let them get the best of us. Don't. Um, we're marching forward. We're exposing these people in government and the crimes that they do. And there are many crimes that they do. But I'm trying to get my name back. I'm trying to get my birth certificate back. I'm trying to get justice for all the injustice, all the people that have been unalived. I'm trying to expose the JFK files of why they took down my family. And it's not very hard to figure out, people. There's people within our government wanted the money and the power. Because when you're in charge of the United States government, when you're the big dog at the top running things, and it's very powerful, you're in control of everybody. You are. And that's what it's all about. That's the JFK files. Power at the top. And God bless you all. Thank you all. I can't thank all of you so very much for all the help you've been doing. Huge achievement. We got the new book out. Like I said, Mary Maxwell is awesome. We just ordered 100 more copies of this. 100 more. And they'll be here Monday or Tuesday. I think I might be getting some Monday. If I get them Monday, then I'll send you your pendant Monday, if not Tuesday. But anyway, I'm going to have a few of these to hand out so people can wake up and help pass it along and share the story. This is on Lulu, by the way. Mary Maxwell's trying to get it on Barnes & Noble and Amazon as well. And might as well keep going. This one right here, Stolen Identity. It's on Amazon. Please, if you don't know my story, haven't heard of my story, please go to Amazon, type in stolen identity, unveiling the real John Kennedy Jr., and listen to the reviews, listen to what people are saying. If you happen to purchase it, please leave a review. You all have a wonderful, blessed weekend. I appreciate you all so much. I always say I can't do it without you. There's no way in hell I could do it without you hitting that share button. And it's also appreciated because with your help, I'm going to get justice someday soon, someday very soon. So thank you, thank you, and thank you. You all have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my channel so we can all make this world a better place to live and help some people, other people along the way. Hope you enjoyed my little story. I don't like most people don't tell you about things like I just told you in this video, where they tried to put me away for the big M for my life, but they do things like that. And whether it was a test or not, it's out in the air now. Peace, people. Much love. Much love.